Good afternoon, Ms. Auletta. My name is Joanna Cohen, owner and lead engineer at Cohen Structural Engineering and Design in Orlando. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I understand you have a construction project you need an engineer for?
Good afternoon, Joanna. Yeah, I'm interested in building a house on some land I own in Oviedo. I understand I need the expertise and approval of a structural engineer at several points along the way during this project.
Yeah, so if you're looking for inspection and design safety services?
Well, yes, but I'm also looking for some opinions regarding the design. I'm still choosing among several possible plans. I understand that you and your company offer complete service solutions and that you work with contractors. I'm actually looking for a company to really help me take all the pieces of my project and tie them together.
You've come to the right place. I can provide you with all you need as a structural engineer, and my company provides a number of related services in-house. And I have a number of contractors that I work with routinely to make sure that your project goes smoothly.
That sounds like what I need.
Great. And if you have a few minutes, I can give you an overview of myself and my business, and I prepared a short presentation.
That sounds good.
At Cohen Structural Engineering and Design, we are able to address all aspects of a construction project, from design and structural integrity to building processes and integrated technology. However, we are foremost an engineering organization, with myself as lead engineer. I've invested much of my own purpose and philosophy into the company, so in many ways, you could say the contents of this presentation offers an insight into myself as well. So, at Cohen Structural, we believe in creating sound structures with intent. I've constructed the company much like I would a structure, with a clear purpose. Constructing and designing safe, comfortable, and resource-efficient spaces responsive to the needs of both inhabitants and the environments in which they exist, through intelligent and creative structural problem solving and the application of leading-edge materials and technologies. Now, this may sound like a mouthful, but it really encompasses the philosophy with which I founded the company. To delve further into what our purpose statement represents, let's take a look at the most important part of my structure, the foundation. The foundation of our purpose is composed of our values, our skills, and our interests. Where these align with each other and the needs of our clients, I find we are able to do our best work. So I'll take a moment to review each of these pillars of purpose to see if they resonate with you. The first pillar of our purpose is our values. These are the principles we hold to be most important in our general philosophy and approach to new projects. Efficiency means not only making excellent use of time and budget, which of course is important to our clients, but it also reflects our practical approach and our craftsmanship. Before we do any work, we have an extensive interview with the client. All the plans are completed beforehand, materials are ordered from reliable suppliers, and highly rated contractors are chosen. The work we do is done correctly the first time. This results in functional spaces that continue to work for your needs well into the future. I care deeply for the maintenance not only of our immediate living spaces, but also of our neighborhoods, communities, and the natural environment. Keeping in mind the way our structures interact with the environment is an important part of our process. Whenever possible, we like to incorporate elements into a project that make the maximum use of natural resources. We can offer designs with solar roofs, plan in-ground low-water sprinkler systems, gray water reclamation, or even plan the placement of windows in your home to maximize natural daylight. Human safety and comfort is a priority for us, and another core value. I believe all people have the right to a safe and healthy dwelling, and our plans always emphasize that. Of course, as a lead engineer, I personally check every project for structural soundness. This is one of the greatest advantages of going with an engineering firm. Engineers like myself are specially trained in understanding material strength and structural forces, so your home will be able to withstand most of what nature or time could possibly throw at it. In addition, even our plans that are sustainably built never compromise your comfort. Rather, they are designed to enhance your convenience and daily life. Innovative thought is our last core value, and I sincerely believe it is the most important. Without innovative thought and careful planning, none of these other values would be achievable. So, I hold myself and my entire staff up to a higher standard. We all stay up to date on the new research in the field, regularly meet with vendors offering new technologies and materials, and hold conferences to discuss challenges that arise and brainstorm solutions. The next pillar of our company's purpose is our skills. Every employee and contractor with Cohen Structural is licensed and respected in their field and bring many of their individual skills to the table. That being said, there are certain skill sets you get from us, as primarily an engineering firm, that you would not necessarily get otherwise. An engineer-led company means that the people working on your home have excellent technical skills and knowledge. Professional engineers are required to complete a bachelor's degree in engineering, including rigorous courses in math and physics, as well as in-depth engineering topics. They are subject to skills tests upon graduation and then required to have 4 years of experience directly under a licensed engineer before taking the national licensure test. When you work with a licensed professional engineer, you know you are working with someone with extensive knowledge and experience. On a demanding and diverse project such as the building of a family home, the ability to strategize, create a plan of action, and manage a team is vital. The skill of project management is a type of task that an engineer is specifically trained for. At Cohen Structural, our team is perfectly in tune and ready to take on your project under the guidance of a strategic professional engineer. Creativity is a significant and necessary aspect of the civil engineering field. To visualize and execute a daring yet sound plan for your structure, vision and originality are indispensable. I and the other engineers on our team are all creative thinkers who will put their imaginations to work for you. Even in the most straightforward of projects, there's always an obstacle that arises, be it the limitations of the soil, the slope of the plot, the availability of local resources, or even the ever-present complications of regional construction ordinances and zoning laws. Engineers are problem solvers by trade, so my team and I pride ourselves in being analytical in the approach to such obstacles. We have the expertise and mental stamina to examine roadblocks and find logical and appropriate solutions to them. Finally, my team and I are unique in that we pride ourselves in being relationship builders. Understanding the client's perspective is essential to a positive outcome. I pride myself on being a relator, a person who seeks meaningful connections with others, and in this trait I find that helps me connect with clients in an individualized way that truly benefits the projects we undertake. Now we come to the last pillar supporting our team's purpose, our interests. Each person within our team has their own interests, projects they are excited about and most enjoy. Of course, the actual parameters of any project are detailed by you, the client. However, there are a few types of projects that we as a company, and I as an engineer, really enjoy working on. My first interest is in working with sustainable construction, specifically projects which strive for LEED certification. LEED stands for Leadership in Environmental and Energy Designs, which is a program encouraging the use of certain sustainable construction techniques. Depending on your region, your project may be eligible for tax breaks using LEED-approved technologies or building strategies. Examples include using a certain type of low-volatile compound paint, plywood treated without formaldehyde, and intelligent use of efficient window installation. Another interest is the rapid growth of home automation technologies. For the last decade, home automation has come very far, and most homes now include smart devices in their construction. I'm sure you've heard of intelligent thermostats. Not only can they link into heating and cooling systems, but with proper planning during construction, smart home devices can also perform tasks like controlling ceiling fans and sunroofs, windows or blinds, and incorporate presence sensing for maximum efficiency. Emerging construction trends, such as tiny homes and repurposed steel container housing, can be ideal scalable environments which prize function over form and can benefit tremendously from sustainable construction techniques. These trends have been emerging over the past 10 to 20 years and have exciting implications. Our company is currently working on a series of plans for modular steel container homes that can receive completely finished additions to their existing structure for less than half of the expense of a traditional expansion. As you've seen, here at Cohen Structural Engineering and Design, the team and I have a solid purpose, including a structure of values, skills, and interests to firmly support that purpose. I sincerely hope this presentation has given you an opportunity to think about what you want out of your project. I think that a civil engineering firm is both well qualified and well suited to lead new construction projects, and I'd be very excited to learn more about the vision you have for your new home. Thanks for taking the time to watch this presentation today. Again, my name is Joanna Cohen, and I'd like to leave you with this quote. As Frank Lloyd Wright said, an idea is salvation by imagination, and I truly hope that you and I get the opportunity to share ideas and to innovate together.
Well, thank you for that presentation. It was a great overview of your services. I think your company could be a good fit for my project. Also, civil engineering sounds like an interesting profession. Actually, my nephew is a junior in high school, and he's expressed some interest in pursuing civil engineering.
Awesome. I hope he pursues it. It's a growing field, and we're going to need more talented engineers. Does he have any thoughts on where he'd like to go to school?
I'm not sure. Are there any particular schools that are good for engineering here in Florida?
There are thousands of programs across the country, and a lot of prestigious universities have civil engineering programs. But if he's looking to stay close to home, there are some great options right here in Central Florida. I actually received my bachelor's degree at UCF, and before that, my associate's at Valencia College.
Oh, really? Are they good schools?
Yes, they are. And a very practical choice as well. Valencia is a good choice for those looking to complete their core courses on a budget. And UCF has one of the finest civil engineering programs in the state. The University of Florida and the University of South Florida also have good programs, but I personally love UCF.
And why is that?
I chose it because it's right here in East Orlando, close to the city and close to my home. They also have an entire structures laboratory, which is unique. And luckily, you don't have to sacrifice anything by staying local. They are ranked highly, even as some of the Ivy League schools for civil engineering.
Oh, wow. Well, is the schooling affordable?
Both Valencia and UCF are public institutions, so they're very affordable. At UCF, your nephew could earn a quality 4-year degree in engineering for less than $10,000 a year. And if you take the first 2 years at Valencia, those could be even less, around $6,000 a year. I was able to easily cover my costs of schooling through federal student loans and funds from my job.
Well, I've heard a lot about rising student costs, so I'm sure that's going to be a big selling point for him. I'm a little concerned, though, if he'd end up changing his mind and switching his major.
If he's unsure about his career path, I definitely suggest he look into Valencia College first. It's a smart way to start off completing the core requirements. They encourage students to learn more about potential majors and offer guidance for undecided students. They also have a career planning center, lots of self-service tools, and once he's ready to move on, there's a program for students transferring into 4-year colleges, such as UCF, called Direct Connect, and that's the path I took.
What a good idea. If I may ask, are there any pieces of advice that you'd offer to an aspiring engineer?
Sure, there's a lot I could say, but I remember when I was still a student, I interviewed a friend of mine in the construction field who worked directly with engineers. That discussion led me to some very important insights. One of the things he emphasized was the importance for engineers to have field experience and to fully understand, the construction process hands-on. Some structural engineers like to stay at their desks, but the best ones fully understand real-world conditions and how to build from the ground up.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
My friend was very encouraging and influencing for me. He pointed out how fast Florida's infrastructure is growing in certain areas, which was just as true then as it is now. Just look at how often the highways are under construction, right?
Yeah.
There's a great demand for construction and engineering professionals. So if it's a passion of his, it's also a lucrative choice. Having that encouragement was vital for me early on. So if your nephew is really interested, have him give me a call. I'd be happy to chat with him.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for that information. I realize I've taken up your time a little talking about my nephew, but I think it's given me a deeper understanding of you and your company as well. I think you might be the right person to help me with my home. How about we set up an appointment, another meeting next week to review the specific details of my project?
That sounds wonderful, Ms. Valletta. My assistant will give you a call to set up the appointment. Do you have any other questions before we finish up today?
No, I think you've answered everything.
All right. In that case, goodbye and have a wonderful day.
You too. Goodbye.